Allseeingeyetarot. Here with another installment. This is actually for January 1st, actually, guys. But I'm not going to be... Well, I will be working January 1st. But I probably won't be uploading those days because I'm really busy. I'm really booked hour to hour. I'm just checking these cards right now. Hopefully you guys are having a happy new year. Be careful not to drink and drive. You know checkpoints is going to be everywhere. And in some areas there's snow, so be really, really careful, okay? People are probably asking, what the hell is these two things? Looks like a turd. This is Super 7, that's Moldavite. Those are the stones that I usually hold in my hand when I'm speaking, okay? Okay, anyway, let's see. Spirit in the universe, what message do you have for the collective today? If there's any messages that I did not get out in the monthlies for January 2018, come through now, please. What are you eating, Bella? What you eating? What's that? What do I hear back there? Is that a mint? Don't eat the plastic, baby. My puppy got weird fetishes. This is what she likes, y'all. This is what my puppy likes as a snack. And everything else that you can make her. Her favorite are flaming hot Utz potato chips. Maybe I can get an endorsement deal for my puppy to do flaming hot Utz potato chips. Right? The Eight of Pentacles. The Four of Cups. Temperance. And the Nine of Wands. Under the Eight of Pentacles, we have the Five of Coins. Five of Pentacles. One. Under the Four of Cups is the Queen of Swords. Under Temperance is the High Priestess. Under the Nine of Wands is the Ten of Cups. Really, Bella? You gotta be so loud. She's drinking her water behind me, y'all. I'm trying to get all these in the screen. Let me back up a little bit. Okay. Overall energy at the bottom of the deck is the King of Swords. Damn. You know, this looks like divorce right away. Family issues. Or it could be a turnaround, too. It could be a turnaround, too. I'm just looking, guys. Give me a minute. This Queen of Swords sitting right next to this High Priestess. This is a coded message. Give me 1 second. Let me look at this High Priestess, see if she'll talk. It looks like some of you guys are facing a divorce right now. It looks like you're married. It looks like a married couple, honestly, with the King and Queen on board. Okay? This could be two air signs. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, that are married together or whatever. And right now they may be facing a divorce. But I honestly feel like there's still more work on this relationship. Okay, so you guys could be actually life partners. This looks like life partner energy. And it might be on and off. It's constantly a struggle of trying to balance the energy between you guys, okay? So it may be something as simple as, you know, one of you get caught up in work a lot and you're not spending much time with the family. And there's a lot of arguing that's going on between you, especially with the Queen here. There's a lot of arguing. You know, it reminds me of this Queen stating that you're leaving her with the kids by herself, or you're leaving him with the kids by himself. Whoever's the breadwinner of the family. It just looks like one of you are becoming obsessed with work, honestly. And it's like the other person that is not doing the work and keeps forgiving you, but you keep going back doing the same shit over and over and over again, and it's driving them crazy, honestly. So now they're contemplating divorce, but you're not going to be able to get out of that marriage, guys, even though you may have filed for divorce. You're not going to be able to get out of it because there's still a contract here with that Eight of Pentacles. Okay. And the Five of Pentacles, to leave it right now will cause a spiritual debt. It would cause a spiritual debt if you were to actually divorce. And, you know, what it look like to have a spiritual debt? Basically, you get out of a relationship or a marriage too soon. Then you try to move on with other people and it doesn't work out. And then you start being regretful, you know, because you're trying to make your new person that you're dating just like your old person, because you've become used to that family dynamic. You'll always feel a constant pull back towards your husband or your wife. Tell me about the High Priestess, please. Okay, Ten of Wands. Seven of Cups. And the Ten of Cups. I'm sitting here stuck, y'all, because I don't usually talk about this over live, you know, like the internet or whatever. Give me a minute. I have to figure out how to phrase this. All right, guys. I had to take a minute. Now, listen, I'm going to switch gears totally on you guys, because this is a very highly spiritual reading, okay? And I'm going to talk about some things that may make you a little bit uncomfortable, but this is a glimpse into what 2018 is going to look like for you guys, okay? I mean, you're still going to get the raw gutter butter Bella, but I'm just going to take the shoes off a little bit, and I'm just going to break through and really try to teach you guys this year about who I am and how I really see things, okay? Without the chalkboard in the middle, you know? Like, you can't really see through it, you know? Anyway, I'll put it this way. This couple that I'm speaking to right here, I'm going to say either the woman or the man previously lost a husband or a wife, okay? Very important relationship, a soulmate, okay? And this is their second husband or wife that they're on right now, all right? The first one passed away. This could be any sign, water, earth, air, doesn't matter. Just because I have the king and queen here, it does not matter. But it looks like to me that the first marriage, you lost your husband or you lost your wife or whatever, okay? And there was still a contract on that relationship, all right? Because it's kind of like Spirit took that relationship in order to bring you into a higher divine relationship, meaning that originally you and your husband or you and your wife were soulmates, okay? So that person passed away in order for you to get into a life partnership this lifetime. So the person that you're married to right now is sort of like the walk-in version of your previous husband or wife. Okay? And there are, I'll put it this way, there's a lot of similarities, but there are a lot of things that are different as well. So if your husband or wife that passed away previously before this marriage would have stayed on the planet, you would have went through some of these harder challenges that you are facing within this second marriage. Okay? But they passed away in order to give you something a lot more special. I'll put it that way, okay? Now, this second marriage, you may be facing divorce, all right? Because you're not happy. You're used to a certain way of living. You're used to a certain thing. And they don't measure up seemingly, you see that, seemingly to you. They don't measure up to what it is that you previously had, okay? So there's a constant struggle going on between you guys. But you cannot get out of this contract, okay? Because this person is the life partner and they are the previous person that you were married to, just in a higher version, a higher form, okay? So that's why I call it a walk-in, because it's the same individual. It just has a different skin suit on, but in a higher resonancy, meaning that they're vibrating at a higher level, divinity-wise, okay? So soulmate goes to life partner, that sort of thing, okay? You may deal with a lot of sorrows and a lot of pain dealing with this person, all right? I feel like this Five of Pentacles is the debt that was left behind by your previous husband, your previous wife, all right? And now your new husband or your new wife is trying to work those energies out. But you may not like it. There's some things that kind of like piss you off because you're used to running your household a certain way, or maybe from your previous lover or whatever. They could have done you wrong. I mean, they could have cheated and all kind of shit or whatever. But the saying goes, you don't miss a good thing until it's gone. So a lot of times what people will do is, when they were in the first marriage, it was terrible. It was turbulent. You guys were fighting all the time. They were cheating or whatever. But when they're gone and they're off the planet, you tend to miss that, and you tend to confuse yourself and make yourself believe it was the best relationship you could have ever had. Well, that's kind of impossible. They would still be here if it was the best relationship you ever had. Okay? However, it's a blessing in disguise because they actually came back, and you still got that person, but you got them at a higher vibration. Now, to the person that is taking the position of the person that passed away, it is very normal for, before you married this individual, they may have had a really rough life. They may have been cheaters. They may have been really wowed. Okay, and then one day they woke up and they felt like someone totally different and transformed their life and turned it around. Okay, because they're in on a contract. Meaning that their life, their old life, is no longer relevant to them. Now they have to live the life of your previous husband or your previous wife that passed. Okay? That can get a little overwhelming, because if you get an individual who is used to working their ass off, okay, or you get an individual, I'll put it this way, your ex-husband, your ex-wife, the one that passed, was a workaholic. The walk-in version, meaning the one that you're with now, before they married you, they were lazy, okay? Or they didn't know how to show love, whereas your previous husband or wife did know how to show love, okay? So their spirit is smashing that person together to transform and make a totally new person. But they still have residue on them from their previous lifestyle, all right? So when you see temperance, you just have to be patient, because eventually it'll work out to where there's an equal balance. However, you have to understand, on the person's side that is the walk-in, they're raging because they don't know what to do. One side of them is like a person with two sides, okay? One side of them wants to be their old life, okay? And they're able, see, walk-ins are able to see things from two perspectives. Siri keep popping up on my damn iPhone, honey. I don't know what the hell. She done heard some shit. They're able to see things through two perspectives. Okay, this is what walk-ins, well, if you talk to a walk-in, they'll probably tell you this. So they're able to see how the previous person reacted to certain situations. They'll be presented with the same challenges, the same, the same challenges. I don't know no other word for it. They'll be presented with the same challenges, okay? But they will respond and take a different road, okay, as far as their acting. They're able to see what the previous person would have acted on and how they would have done it. And then the new person is kind of like, well, I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to go a totally different way. Other than that, I could have just stayed, on the planet and I didn't have to die. You understand what I'm saying? So they're already raging and they're having a hard time, okay? So basically, long story short, what I want to tell you is this. You're with a walk-in, all right? And you're with a walk-in version of the person that you lost. Maybe that last person you were not married to, but you lost them and you love them very much. And they're no longer on the planet, okay? But this second person that you're with, that you have a family with, that you're married to, okay? And you may be facing a divorce right now. I'm going to tell you to revoke that, pull that divorce out, because you got that same individual back. It's just going to take some time before you actually realize and recognize this is the same individual, okay? It may be some similarities, but it's just the same individual, okay? And it takes time to be able to recognize that, especially if you're not fully awakened, all right? I'll put it that way. So the High Priestess being in this reading right next to the Queen of Swords is the individual that is orchestrating this whole design. You understand? Like the person that passed is the one that are sitting up in the ethers, more so saying, okay, well, you're here on a contract, so you have to follow this contract, regardless of what your previous life was. You have to follow this contract, okay? And this is an agreement that was made before he actually, or she actually hit the planet, all right? It's an agreement between these two souls. So there is a spiritual debt there that needs to be worked out. And with your life partner, you can never really leave them. So it's a waste of time to even try. You can never really leave them. You may break up. You may go and get a divorce. You'll be revoking that. Like I said, it looks like a situation that will be turned around. Okay? And it will come back together. Let me go into the King of Swords. I hope that makes sense to you guys. I try to break it down to where everybody can understand it. Even, the people that are not very spiritual. Nine of Wands again. It's just saying it's the same individual that's coming back around. So you really didn't get out of the person that you feel you lost. It might be a little bit more tough, The Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Some of you, a very small select few of you, could be dealing with someone who is cheating, all right? It may be that your previous lover cheated on you, the one that passed away, and this new one is cheating too, okay? But I don't feel that it is in front of you. I don't feel like it's in your face. The Eight of Wands is to take place outside of your realm, like to where you cannot see what's going on. So it could be that when this person goes to work, when they put their whole self into work, they met somebody out there where they're working out or whatever. If they work, a distance, maybe an hour away, 2 hours away, where you cannot see it. All right. So but you can feel it. Okay. Because it is memories of what you went through with your past lover. Your past lover may have cheated on you. Okay. And this person is doing the same thing. All right. And this is what is causing a divorce. But like I said, this person probably already was a cheater previously. Okay. And now that spirit is trying to merge the old soul with the new soul. It takes time to really get that person to balance at that perfect resonancy to where they are their higher self. Okay. So I would tell you to just be patient. Don't leave your husband over cheating. Please don't do that, because you're just going to run into other people that are going to cheat. If that's the lesson that you're here to learn, then you're going to learn that. And I really wish that I would have made the decision to stay with my husband years ago when I left, because he was cheating on me. It really wasn't that bad, because all I got was men that cheated right after, and I was single. At least I had a husband that was cheating on me that I had a contract with. We were married, but I gave that up to deal with men that are in relationships with other women, that don't belong to me. So, if that is your issue, maybe take a break, maybe separate for a little bit, but come back together and recognize the good that you do have. You know, I'm going to tell you this, and I tell most people this. This comes to anything. I don't care, a job, whatever. The minute you start to take things for granted, something good could happen in your life. When you first met this man, he was a dream come true. You came broken and hurt and devastated because you lost someone very important to you. Okay? So you appreciated it when it came in your life. Fast forward a few years later, you start to, I can't stand that person. So the same things that you loved about that individual, now you can't stand. You have to be careful when you fall into that realm, okay? When you start to devalue what it is that you have, because that is when spirit usually takes it from you, okay? So it's kind of similar to me telling you guys when I went back to my old job, even though I have my own business here and it's very lucrative, I still went back to my old job so that I would never start to regret where I am now, okay? I needed to remember. And sometimes you guys need to remember, you know. Sometimes you just need to go on a little vacation, go pack the kids up, go stay with your mom for a while without a man, okay? Do that for about a week or 2 weeks. And if you can handle it and you really like it, then keep going. But if it tends to drive you a little batshit crazy and you're like, damn, I miss my babe, you know, I try to tell people don't stay gone too long because then that other individual get used to being without your ass. So, you know. It just takes time, guys. It does. When you're dealing with two different souls, well, it's the same soul, but especially if your life partners are twin flames, it takes time to balance and to be able to get along, okay? And that is part of the ascension process. When you are, you know, balancing with another individual and you're learning how to co-create together or work together with anything. 4 of Cups. The Ace of Swords. So this is... yeah, Judgment. Okay, it could even be, like I said, the Ace of Swords with Judgment. This is a divorce. The Ace of Swords is, you're trying to cut the contract. You're unhappy with how things been going, and you're trying to cut the contract. But the Judgment card is resurrection. Okay, so even if you cut the contract, it has to come back together because it's not done. Okay, this is someone from your past that is coming back that you didn't have the opportunity with. 5 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles, karmic. See? Like you can't let it go. So you might as well stay where the hell you're at, Linda. And the Star. Like I said, this is being... This right here, this is the life partner. All right? This is a life partner. This is someone who is orchestrating something from the ethers, that High Priestess. You understand? Which is your past lover, someone that passed away, somebody that you had that you really loved, and they're no longer here, and you can't call them on the phone and tell them, I really appreciated you, or I love you, or you can't tell them none of that because they're gone now. But you have that second chance. Don't mess up your second chance, guys, okay? So, you know, just try to take some time out maybe and be alone for a little bit, but don't get a divorce. It's a waste of time. I mean, if you get a divorce, then get a divorce, Linda. This should have come back. You can do what you want to do. People don't listen to me. I mean, they hear what I say, but then they do whatever they want anyway. So, if you leave this person, you still have a contract with this individual. This is for those of you that lost somebody. And then you had a husband come right in right after. You could have lost your baby's father. You could have lost your baby mama. You know, it could have been a relationship. It could have been a childhood sweetheart. It could have been a husband or wife. But this person is back for the second go-round. All right, so this is resurrection. The Ace of Swords, the Judgment card. The Judgment card is to raise up whatever was dead. Okay? The Ace of Swords is a contract. Okay? The opportunity to enter into another contract. 4 of Cups is I don't like what I'm entering into. Maybe you don't like it because there's some infidelity that's going on. This person may work a lot. You don't feel like you're in a relationship. But like I said, now that I explained it to you, you have to realize that this person is still merging together, you know, with the previous person. So it takes time. It takes years. All right? It takes many, many years. So hold on to what you got, guys. I think I'm going to end that message. Hold on to what you have. Okay? I love you guys. I love you so much. Do like, share, comment below, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit your notification button. Special 50 will turn off tonight at 11 p.m. If you want to purchase your invoice before 11 p.m., get in my email at allseeingeyetarot@gmail.com. Be sure to hurry up and purchase it, okay? Because I will be shutting it down probably until the very end of next year. I mean, well, this year. This year coming, 2018. Okay, I won't run a special 50 for a while. Maybe I'll do something different. I don't know, Linda. Okay, but I love you guys. And remember, you were thinking it, but I'm going to say it. Thank you, guys.